the recording, and then I'll go to the slide. And so Abdullah Samir. Okay, and I'll go to the to the full screen mode, and you don't see, and I need so I see that there are 9 students there, right? It means I marked that only 8 of you. I mean that whom did I miss? So listen to me, please. I'll read the names: Abdullah, Aoun, Ibrahim, Bakhtavar, Roa, Rola, Susan, Yara. Who is missing?
Abdurrahman.
Abdulrahman. Are you here, Abdulrahman? Abdulrahman? No. He's keeping silence. Yes, Abdulrahman. Can you turn on the camera, please? No reply. Maybe he has some technical problems. Anyway, he's here, and I hope that you can hear us. Okay. So let's go to sharing the screen and to the full screen mode. And I hope you can see it now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we've listened to the patient talking to a receptionist, and the receptionist, or it was nurse, so asked some questions, and let us look at the questions in details. And so these kind of questions, like which start with "Can you tell me?" or "Do you know?" So they are so-called gentle questions. And why the receptionist asks such questions? Because patients are vulnerable when they come into contact with medical professionals. So when taking a history, doctors and nurses or receptionists need to learn to ask questions in a way that instills confidence in patients and elicits accurate information. So it just helps, these kind of questions help to just to make the patient feel comfortable. And so let us focus on the structure of such kind of questions. Doctors ask gentle questions to put the patient at ease. And this is the model that shows the structure of complex questions. So you see, this is the complex sentence, which consists of 2 parts. Actually, the first part, "Can you tell me?" for example, is the question itself. But the second part is not a question. That is why it should have the direct order of words, like in a normal sentence, like in a statement, for example. And it follows the pattern. So there should be the question word, for example, what or who, which should be followed by a noun. And then we should use a verb after the noun. So the example of a direct sentence is, "What's your surname?" It means it has inverted order of words. when the verb follows the question word. What is, and then there is the noun, surname, your surname. This is the inverted order of words in the question. So we need to change the direct order of words in the questions to make it grammatically correct. But when we use the complex sentence, the complex question, so it should be like this. Can you tell me what your surname is? Here, in the second part of the complex sentence, we move the verb to be in the form of is to the place after the noun. Surname, noun, is, verb. So we should change the order of words. Now, and the receptionist also asked some short questions. Just she removed the words to make questions shorter, like instead of what's your first name, she said your first name. Instead of have you any other names, any other names. And let us focus on the indirect questions. Here you can see the chart. To the left, there is a column with the direct questions, and to the right, there is the column with the indirect questions. And let us just try to understand what happens when we just change the form of the question. So if we focus on the first line, we can see here, direct question is like, where's the bank? So is, this is the verb, the bank, this is the noun. So the verb just is used before the noun. But when we use the complex question, indirect question, and we start with such phrase, for example, as could you tell me? So we change the order of words. Could you tell me where the bank is? We move is to the place after the noun. The bank is. The second sentence here, what time do the shops close? You can see that the question is formed with the help of the auxiliary verb do, which is used exactly after the question phrase, what time do the shops close? When we use this phrase in the complex question, we do not use the auxiliary verb do here. So it starts like, do you know? Do you know? And then what time the shops close? No do here, because this part of the sentence, the second part of the sentence, has a direct order of words. The next line is there a bus stop near here? You can see that this is the general question. The question to the whole sentence, or sometimes it's called yes, no questions, because when we answer it, we say yes or no. So, and it starts with the verb here, is, and other just words. And if we make it a complex sentence, do you know, we need to add the word if or whether, if. So if we just use the general question, we need if. And then is moves to the place after there. So do you know if there is a bus stop near here? So we change the order of words. And the last line here, does this train go to Victoria? This is also a general question, because this is the question to the whole sentence, Victoria Station, for example. And so when we say the indirect question, could you tell me, we also add if. Could you tell me if this train goes to Victoria? We do not use does here in the indirect question. And what happens? So if this train, and then what happens to the verb here? We add es to the verb, because train, this is third person singular. When we speak about he, she, it, we use s at the end of the verbs in the present simple, right? So these are the changes that happen in the indirect question. And so I think it's clear, and let us just try to practice changing the sentences. So the task here on this slide is to make direct questions. And there is an example. Where is the station? Could you tell me where the station is? We move is on the place after the station, where the station is. Well, now, Yara, will you read the first sentence, please?
Where do they live? And they live, I guess.
Will you just repeat, please? The connection is bad.
Okay. Where do they live? It's go to, do you know where they live?
Exactly. We do not use do here. Okay,
Yes.
now let us just complete this task individually, please. On paper, take a sheet of paper and write all the indirect questions, please. And then we'll check them together, okay?
Okay.
So let it be just 3 minutes for you to complete this task. Start, please. Roa, have you done?
Yes, doctor.
I see.
Yes, teacher.
Susan has also finished. Okay. Mahtabar. Is it done? Well, let us check together what we have written, and now let us listen to Abdallah. The question, sentence, question number 2, please.
Is there a bank near here? Can you tell me if there is a bank near here?
Exactly, you're right. If there is, because this is the general question. Well done. So Abdul Rahman, number 3. Hello. No. Okay. So Aon, please.
Where can I buy some stuffs? Do you know from where I can buy some stuffs?
Okay, do you know where I can buy some stamps? Yeah, good. Well, the next is for Ibrahim, please.
Where does this bus go to the castle? Could you tell me if this bus goes to the castle?
Exactly, well done, good. So Bakhtavar, number 5.
Yes, doctor. Do you know what time the shops open?
Do you know what time the shops open? No, do here. Okay, good, well done. Then Roa, please.
Number 6. Could you
Mhm.
tell me where the toilets are?
Yeah, exactly, where the toilets are. Okay, Rola.
Is Susan at work today? Do you know if Susan is at work today?
If Susan is at work today, well done, good. And now Susan. Susan. Okay, is Susan here? I
Yes,
can't-
teacher.
Yes, read the sentence, please. Number 8.
Okay, number 8. Did Milan win last night? Do you know Milan win last? Did the Milan win the last night?
Look, this is the general question, and if we change the general question, we need to add if. So, do you know if Milan and
Win last night?
and we need to change the form of win to the past simple. The past simple of win. What's the second form?
Won, teacher.
Won. So, do you know if Milan won last night? Yeah. Okay, and the next is for Yara.
Okay, where did we park the
If
car?
Milan
Can you
won last
remember?
night?
Can you remember where did we park the car?
No did here.
Yes, where we park the car.
Where we parked the car.
The
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, and Abdallah, please.
What is the time? Could you tell me what the time is?
Exactly. Okay. So one of the home tasks, home assignments will be about direct and indirect questions. So you should understand what kind of changes we need to make when we change the form of the sentence. Now, let us have a look at the slide. So with the questions, so when taking the history of the presenting complaint, you as a doctor often ask about pain. And we should complete the questions that the doctor asks a patient about pain, about the location of pain, maybe about some, yes, about location, most of them. And so you can see here to the left that there are beginnings of questions, and to the right there are the endings of the questions. And our task is to match the beginnings with the right ending. So, for example, if we have a look at sentence A, question A, there is, where do you, and will you please find the second part of this sentence?
Had the pain before?
Do you had? No, grammatically it's not
You
correct.
Pain, yes.
Please choose another one.
Where do you get the pain?
Exactly.
yes.
Where do you get the pain? Mhm. So this is just a very important question, just to understand the patient's problem. So please, also I'll give you 2 minutes just to write all the questions, to find the second part to each of the questions. Start, please. 2 minutes. Susan Sultani. Mhm. Susan, are you here? The connection is bad. So we are writing the questions, Susan.
Okay, teacher.
Mhm. Well, let us check the task, and so let us listen to Aun. The second question.
Yes, doctor.
Mhm.
Does the pain spread anywhere else?
Yeah. Does the pain spread anywhere else? Okay. Then Ibrahim, please.
Yes. Does it wake you up night?
Okay. Well, then, so Bakhtabar. D sentence.
Yes, doctor. Can you tell me what the pain is like?
What the pain is like, about the character of pain. Good. So Roa.
Yes, doctor. Can you describe the pain for me?
Just good. Rola.
How long have you had the pain?
Okay. Susan.
Is there anything which is spread anywhere?
So the connection is bad. Is there anything which?
Which is spread anywhere else?
No, we have already used this phrase in B sentence. So can you choose another phrase?
Okay, teacher, is there anything which? Is there anything which get the pain?
So this is the question about the trigger for pain. It means that some factors that change the character of pain. Yes, Aon, will you help us?
Is there anything which make it worse or better?
Yes, which makes it worse or better. Good, thank you. So now, Yara, please, the next sentence.
Yes, when when you up at night, no.
This is about time, yes?
Yes, when did it start?
Exactly, okay, good. And the next sentence is for Abdullah.
Is there anything which bring it?
So I missed it. Sentence I. Will you repeat,
Bring
please?
it?
Is there anything which brings it on? Yeah. Okay, and so Abdul Rahman, are you here? No connection. Okay, so Aon, please.
Is the pain constant?
And constant. And the next is for Ibrahim.
Have you had the pain before?
Exactly. Okay, so these are the typical questions about the character and location of pain that the doctor asks his patient. And so if we move, yes, here to the next slide, we can see this is the listening task, and we can see some illustrations to the conversations we are going to listen to. So first of all, let us try to understand what is happening in each picture. So what each patient in the picture is complaining of. In picture A, where is the pain located?
In her throat.
So you're right, in her throat. Picture B, where is
In the
it?
back
Thigh.
of his thigh.
So B below, yes. So this is the leg, right? So picture C.
Headache.
Yes, this is so a headache, obviously. Picture D.
Stomach.
Stomach.
E.
Liver,
Kidney.
kidney.
Right side, yes, of his body. Okay, picture F.
Wrist.
Yes, G.
Stomach.
Also stomach, and H.
Heart.
Chest pain.
Heart or chest, yeah. Now we are going to listen to their conversations and match each conversation with the picture. And you tell me if you can hear or not.
Listening 2. Exercise 2.
Can you hear?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay.
1.
What's brought you here?
My wrist is throbbing since I fell in the street.
So, which picture is it?
F.
F. Exactly.
2.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
I've got a really sore throat.
A.
A.
3.
What's brought you here?
I've been getting a kind of boring pain right here which goes through to my back.
Maybe E.
E.
Which goes through to my back. And
D.
elderly lady speaking. Yes, this is D. From the
D.
stomach to her back.
4.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
Well, it feels a bit tender, just here on my right side.
E.
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 Yeah.
Mhm.
5.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
I've got this gnawing kind of pain right about here in my stomach.
G.
G.
Sure.
G.
Mhm.
6.
What can we do for you?
Well, I've got this sharp pain up and down my leg.
B.
B.
Mhm.
7.
What can we do for you?
I feel as if there's a tight band squeezing all the way around my head.
C.
This is C. Mhm.
8.
What's brought you here?
I've got this crushing pain right here in my chest.
H.
H.
H. Crushing, yes, crushing pain in his chest. Okay, and
Listening to.
what 3 questions are used by the doctor to ask about the presenting complaint? What does the doctor say? Do we remember the questions? So,
Can you tell me no what's
huh?
what?
What's bring you here?
What's
Yes.
bothering you?
Bother you?
What's
Uh-huh.
bother you?
Okay. Let us listen and please write down these questions. So,
Listening to. Exercise 2. 1.
What's brought you here?
My wrist is throbbing since I fell in the street.
2.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
I've got a really sore throat.
3.
What's brought you here?
I've been getting a kind of boring pain right here which goes through to my back.
4.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
Well, it feels a bit tender, just here on my right side.
5.
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you?
I've got this gnawing kind of pain right about here in my stomach.
6.
What can we do for you?
Well, I've got this sharp pain up and down my leg.
okay.
Yes.
Yes,
So-
the first question. What's
What brought you here?
What's brought you here?
what's brought you here? S stands for has, right? What has brought you here? The second question.
Can you tell me what's
Can you
bothering
tell
you?
me?
Can you tell me what you seen bothering you?
To bother
What
Seems
seems to be
Yes, what
bothering
seems
you?
bothering you?
Can you tell me what seems to be bothering you? This is a very polite
Mm.
question. It's not just what is bothering, what seems to be bothering you. And the last one, what can
What can
We
I?
do
What
for
can
you.
do
we
for
do
you?
for you?
what can we do for you? Yes.
Yes.
So these are the good examples of just questions about the problems that a patient can have. Okay.
Listening to.
And now, so we started speaking about the parts of the body because the patients were just speaking about the location of their pain. And now we are going to listen to 5 more people stating where they're having a problem. And the question, which part of the body are they referring to? Let's listen and write 5 parts of the body. Okay. Let us start now.
Listening to. Exercise 5. 1.
It's just here around my belly button.
2.
The pain is just here, on my heel.
3.
My wrist hurts.
4.
It's just here below my ankle.
5.
It feels as if my tummy is on fire.
So do we need to listen for the second time?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Now one more time.
Listening 2. Exercise 5. 1.
It's just here around my belly button.
2.
The pain is just here, on my heel.
3.
My wrist hurts.
4.
It's just here below my ankle.
5.
It feels as if my tummy is on fire.
Well, so what part of the body was mentioned in the first sentence?
The belly
Belly
button.
button.
Belly button. In sentence 2,
Heel.
The heel.
heel. In sentence 3,
Wrist.
Three.
wrist. In 4,
Ankle.
Below
Ankle.
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 Below
ankle.
ankle.
Yes, and in sentence 5,
Tummy.
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 yes, that was tummy. Good. And now
Listening 2.
here on this slide you can see so the diagram which shows the some names for the parts of the body here. And so you see that all of them are just medical terms, technical terms. And our task is to think of the non-technical terms for body parts and to write them down. For example, we've heard belly button here, belly button in the picture. You can see that this is the medical term for belly button is umbilicus, for example. Okay, we have just to pause our class because